Hi guys, this is Laura with your holiday friendly meals presentation. I'm just here to give you guys some good healthy options and tips for the Thanksgiving holidays. Without further ado, let's get started. So tips to not break your diet or your healthy lifestyle on the holidays. When you show up to a party or a dinner, don't show up ravenous. Make sure to eat throughout the day. Make sure to eat breakfast, your snack, your lunch, your snack, and then go to dinner. It's not good to just fast all day because you'll definitely overdo it when you go to the dinner. Also, if you are making your Thanksgiving dinner with all the sides and everything, it's easy to snack while you're cooking. So make sure to keep your mouth occupied. Have some carrot sticks or celery sticks right there, nice healthy options, and nuts. Or you can just pop some gum in your mouth and keep your mouth busy that way. Also, when you show up to dinner, I'll eat the food that you love in moderation. I'm not saying that you should just stick with your salad and stay away from the stuffing because stuffing only comes like once, maybe twice a year. So you can have a quarter cup, half a cup of stuffing, just savor it, enjoy it. Also, just watch your portions. We'll go over a portion chart just to give you some ideas on how big is a half cup or a quarter cup of your sides. Also stay active because we love seeing you guys here. So, show up to your group exercises and, stay active because that really helps relieve the stress during all the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays. And get some sleep. Alright, here's some healthy food substitutes for you guys. You can have pie. Have pumpkin pie, maybe instead of the pecan pie because it's lower in calories and lower in sugar. When you have rolls, because we love the rolls, maybe have whole wheat rolls instead of the enriched white flour rolls. Stay away from eggnog. Limit yourself to like one drink of that because it's really high in calories. A cup of that is like 350 calories, and that can really add up over time. Have some hot chocolate instead with, reduced fat milk. You control that aspect of it. Stay away from, maybe not the fattier chunks of meat. Go with your lean white meats when you're eating. Have some sweet potatoes instead of, white potatoes. And, always add some colorful veggies to your plate instead of just all the starch and stuffing and mashed potatoes. Add some green beans in there as well. Also, when you're cooking, it's good to add healthier substitutes instead of just all that butter and all that sugar. Instead of butter, you can put olive oil in there, especially like on your rolls. You can just spread that olive oil on your rolls instead of all that butter. Try and experiment with different herbs and spices and add some citrus in there instead of salt because all the salt all at once can really add up over time. And when you guys are mixing drinks, stay away from the sweet and sour sweetened beverages mixers like the juices. Add a soda water to your gin and tonic instead of tonic water because tonic water actually has some added aspartame and sodium to it. So soda water is a good mixer for your alcoholic beverages. Whole wheat flour instead of white flour. You can always just half and half the recipe just to get some sort of fiber in your baking. And yogurt and coconut milk for cream, especially when you're making your soups or your bisques. Coconut milk is actually a really good substitute for that. And always brown rice instead of white rice. Greek yogurt for sour cream. And you can substitute vanilla, nutmeg, cinnamon, or even applesauce for sugar, and I'll give you the applesauce conversion next. So when you're adding applesauce to your baking recipe or any sort of recipe instead of sugar, You want to measure in cups, not the ounces. If your food will not be heated, replace the same amount of applesauce for sugar. Um, it'll be an equal amount. Just if it's 1 cup of sugar, add 1 cup of applesauce if you're not putting anything in the oven if it's nice and cold. In heated foods, you can replace 2/3 of the sugar with the applesauce, except for cakes because you only replace only half of that and then you add 1/3 more of applesauce. So the equation is 1 cup of sugar in a cake is equal to a 1/2 cup of sugar and 3/4 cups of applesauce. And if you're adding liquids to your cake or your cupcakes or anything like that, you need to reduce the liquids because applesauce has some liquid in it already. So reduce it by 1/4 cup for every 1 cup of applesauce. But applesauce is a really good thing to have around. It really watches your sugar intake, especially when you're making cookies or anything like that. So when you're throwing a holiday party and you want to incorporate some healthy food choices in there, stay away from the chips and the queso and all that. Add some vegetables, add some color to your bowls around the house. Swap out cheese or cream-based dips for healthy vegetable dips. Have your hummus instead of the ranch dressing. Serve the leanest cuts of meats, white chicken breast, turkey breast. Have healthy bowls of fruit and vegetables around, nuts instead of chips and crackers, cheese. And it's always good to keep your guests, engaged and talkative so they're not overeating. So have some games for them to play, fun little icebreakers like that. And once again, when you go to a party, don't show up ravenous. Eat your correct breakfast, lunch, and dinner before you go to the party, because we don't want to starve ourselves before, and then we'll just eat 5 times as much, and that's not good. So eat the food that you love in moderation, and take a little taste of everything if you don't just stick to your favorite 3 items. If you want a little taste of everything, have a 1/4 cup of sides. Also, it's really great to reach for the smallest plate because you'll eat 20% less because we eat with our eyes, right? So if a small plate is filled up, it'll look more satisfying to you. If you just get a big plate and serve the correct amount of portions, it'll look like you have a lot of blank space around and you won't feel satisfied and you will want to fill that plate even more. So get a small plate. Drink water before and after your meal. If you feel like you need more, if you're not satisfied and you need more food, drink a glass of water because your body is still absorbing that nutrients that you ate. So that water will help it expand and help you feel more full. Most of the time, we're just dehydrated anyway. A good alcoholic beverage to drink with your meal is red wine. It'll actually, take out some of those calories that you won't consume later in the stuffing. So it's good to have some red wine with your meal. I'm giving you the okay, I'm giving you a thumbs up. But don't overdo it. Also, just talk and engage with friends when you go to a party, and don't just stuff your face. Here's a good visual of what a healthy plate looks like and what an overstuffed, overfilled plate looks like. I mean, the food looks great, but it definitely has more calories in there. So here is a portion chart. So a 1/4 cup of your sides would be a golf ball size, an egg size, that if you just wanted a taste of everything. A 1/2 cup of a good side is like a computer mouse, and that should be the size of your bowl as well. And remember that a good serving of turkey is 3 ounces. You can have 2, it's okay, because it's a deck of cards, and we want you to have protein in there. So lean amounts of turkey is good. I mean, I would definitely limit the ham because it's a little more fattening. Get a 3-ounce deck of card size bit of ham. And And for butter, 1 teaspoon of butter is the size of a dice. And we know that when we gather together, we like to get a little, we like to drink. We like to eat, drink, and be merry, yes. So a good thing to avoid is just the sweet sugary mixes when you are drinking and all the liqueurs. Opt for a light beer, a glass of champagne. If you want hard liquor, if you're a hard liquor lover, mix your drink with soda water instead of some sort of sweetened juice or soda. Do soda water because it still has that carbonated excess, and you can add like some lime to that or some sort of citrus, some sort of fruit to that to give it a bit of a sugar. And drink wine. Wine is good. It's lowering calories and it still goes good and complements your meal. And here are just some recipes for you guys. A turkey recipe, and this will all be posted online. Green bean casserole, that's Slim's. And this is a really good sourdough stuffing with pears and sausage. It's really awesome. Ranch mashed potatoes, because we all love mashed potatoes. It just has, reduced fat sour cream and low fat buttermilk to it. And not as much butter and lots of spices and herbs like basil and oregano. Here's some maple pecan sweet potato recipe. Really awesome. And here are two drinks and cocktails recipes that I thought would be great because it doesn't have a lot of sweetened beverages mixers, and they really go good with the holidays. So it's a poinsettia and a cider rum punch. And here's a healthy pumpkin pie recipe for y'all because pumpkin pie is awesome and it's amazing. And that's it. Here are my sources. I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving, happy traveling, happy eating, and good luck to you guys. See you next week. Bye.